Good morning, welcome to Jackie Does Keto. My name is, of course, Jackie. Hello. It is Saturday morning. My groceries are due to be delivered in the next hour from Sainsbury's. So I am going to spend about an hour just tidying up my home. My stepson's been with us for a week and he's just gone back today with his dad to go back to half across the country to get back to his mum. So I'm going to spend today tidying up the whirlwind that's been left behind and just getting myself ready for next week really. I'll show you my groceries when they get here and then I'll talk to you about my meal plan. If you're new here, I have lost 75 pounds so far following a keto-ish, low carb-ish sort of lifestyle. I'm getting more stricter and stricter though, and the results are getting better, I have to say. And so if that's what you're looking for, please consider pressing the subscribe button, which is below, and pressing the bell. I think will tell you if I've uploaded anything. And I post things like grocery hauls and meal plans, meal preps, weekly weigh-ins and 4 days of eatings. And also sometimes, if I remember, all of my woohoo yellow whoopsie stickers from all of my keto foods that I get reduced because I'm like a scavenger. But I will crack on getting my house tidy and I'll see you in a bit for my groceries. And the groceries are here. I'll just give you a little sweepy sweep. This is mine and my partner's stuff. So I will show you his. I think people kind of like to see everything. Okay, so starting off for my sort of keto friendly stuff, I've got my eggs. I'm really going through eggs at the moment. I've never really been an egg person, so it's pretty good because I know they're ever so good for you. And I've got just some more chia seeds in my chia pot. I am going to be making my crackers this week. They are so good. If you've not tried them, definitely recommend them. Give them a go. They're really simple as well, that 3 ingredients, so you can't go wrong with those. I've got a bag of red onions, fancied those this week. I'm going to be making jerk chicken in my slow cooker, just a real basic, like literally that, and some more extra spices in there. And I'm going to attempt to make some like tortilla wrap kind of things. I'm going to make jerk chicken wraps for dinners next week. I'm going to give that a try. So I've bought some red onions just to have in the wraps. I've got a huge 500 ml kilo of Greek yogurt feuille, I think they pronounce it. And I noticed before, I mentioned before, the 5% and the 0% have the same amount of carbs. So if you can't get one, don't worry about it. And there are a lot of products, if they're low fat, they're high carb, but this seems to be an exception. So I'm going to have this just with a little bit of sugar-free syrup, I think, or just plain in the week to get my calcium in. And I bought a live-in coriander, which I think, is it cilantro? I think it's cilantro. And again, that's going to be going in with my jerk and I think some other things I'm cooking. So, and it's nice to have a living herb as well. I've got that jerk seasoning. And these tend to be, I've never had this before. These tend to never be quite hot enough for me. I like my face to melt. Number two chilies, whatever that means. And there are chili seeds in there, so maybe it's nice. But I'll do a test before, but if not, I'll just bung some more in. And the sugars, not the worst, not the best. And some people would say absolutely not because it's got molasses in there. But 7.6 per 100 grams, and there is just 275. So I'd probably have half a bottle for 4 days worth. So it's not going to be too bad. Probably about 2 carbs worth. Could be. I have had worse. I've had better. I have got jerk seasoning actually. I might swap over. I'm not sure. I'll check what I've got in my cupboards. I may actually ditch that. My partner will eat it eventually. I might just cook it for him. He loves jerk chicken. So that may be swapped out for what my seasonings I've got in the cupboard. I'll take a look. I've got another cream. Did not explode this week. I was very disappointed. And a sour cream as well because we just go through it all. Another almond milk. This is my favourite brand if you can get hold of it. It is more expensive, but I think there's a reason why. It's because obviously it's creamier, which I presume that means that they use more almonds and they just do something different with it. Sorry, that's my cats playing around. I also got extra cream cheese. Always handy to have because I'm having those crackers. Got a couple of cucumbers and just some snack-sized cheeses. I got 4 kielbasa's. I'll probably chop this up and have it just for snacking in the week. I have not been drinking my water at all, and so I've grabbed these just to force the liquid down to me. I do feel worse when I'm not hydrated properly. So I'm going to try and get 3 of those done today. Just got some chicken, thigh drums, and just diced. And then I've got my Dr. Pepper as always. And this is when it moves on to, so that's all my keto stuff. Not a lot there really, is there? I'm going to move on to my stuff for my partner. I bought my little stir fry packet. Lots of carrots in there. I have had these before, but less carroty. So half a bag is 6.6. It's not actually too bad. But I didn't think about it. I just got that for him because he's trying to eat more veggies. Bacon's egg sandwich filler, because he does eat bread, of course. These pastries he likes. And some desserts, and more desserts as well. And just some mince, because he really loves mince. Toffee crisps. He gets a pack of Haribo every week, and I've been so good. I've not stolen any of them while he's not looking for like 3 or 4 weeks. I've got my loaf of bread, just some crisps, and he's got loads already, but I'll keep it all topped up. And for the kittens, I've got 3 boxes of cat food. They are Felix cats. It's really annoying and quite hard to get hold of sometimes. And I'm trying them out on this one, but they're pretty stroppy, so they probably won't eat it. I got my pack of chicken because I just absolutely love it. And there's like squeezy gravy stuff I have every day as well. And my partner's pop. So that is my lot of groceries for the day. This cost, I think, £67. Yeah, I think 67, something like that. So that is my grocery haul for today. So this is the new plan. Because I cannot make jerk chicken without my partner wanting to eat it all, I'm going to make 2 batches. I'm going to make 1 batch in the slow cooker tonight for me, using like just the jerk seasoning. She's like got chilies and herbs and spices in it. I've got that much left, so I'll probably use it all just to be brave. Putting some extras in there as well, and I'm also going to put a glug of my my vegetable stock, my vegetable meat stock in there as well, and just let it cook overnight, and then shred it up in the morning. And then I'm going to marinate this overnight in the fridge with again with some of this, but also when I cook it I'll be putting some of this in it, and this will be purely for my partner. So tomorrow night when I cook him dinner, he'll get lovely jerk chicken to have, and I'll do him some extras for the day after because it's one of his favourites. And I will have mine for wraps in the week, and I'll just have something else for dinner tomorrow. I've got plenty of stuff in the freezer so that he gets it all on his own, bless him. So that is the plan for the jerk chicken. Good morning, it's Sunday. So I forgot to get a couple of my almond flour really in my shopping this week. So I'm going to take a little walk to the shop and through the park, as you can hear, and get this almond flour. Just check out any yellow stickers in the supermarket, any bargains I can be inspired with. So I'm going to go for a 15-minute little walk, get my steps in for the day, and see what bargains they've got. And it's got the deal from Aldi on the asparagus, and it's got a few little bits while I was there. And then I went to Sainsbury's, and the shelves are really empty. It was awful. Only a few little stickers. This was still overpriced for me, so I didn't really pick up any yellow stickers today. It was the first sweep, but this cheese, man, I did buy you whole. Also, will buy you whole. And these little Roleo things, they're really expensive, but they are nice. And this is what I actually came for, and that's a bit expensive, but it's the same price as Amazon, if not cheaper. And I thought I'd give this a little go as well to go with my chia pudding, I think, and just a little bit of seafood and bits and pieces for snacking on. So here's the stuff that I picked up from Sainsbury's and a little bit from Aldi as well. I've got 2 packs of rice in the end for my partner for tonight to go with his chicken. And I also got him some wraps in case he fancied those. I've got him some cookies because I had a coupon, this was free. I've got some creamed coconut, which is a block coconut, which is I'm going to probably stir into what I've already made. I've never seen this before, so I thought I'd grab it. I really like Caribbean curries. I think they're really, really nice and like a warm curry. So I'm going to have some of this as well. I'll probably stir it into what I've already made. Got 3 jellies. Again, I had a coupon for these. I had one that was off prematurely. So they sent me £6 vouchers, which was very nice. So I bought just 3 today. Just nail polish remover and some fabric softener. What I went in for was the almond flour, so I can do my baking. Grabbed some sausages when I was in Aldi. There was very little red striped stickers today because I think I was just so early. If I'd gone at the end of the day, I probably would have got a bit more. I've got some seafood, which I'll probably have for maybe lunch, maybe, or dinner. And I've got some of these Rolito things. Don't Don't usually buy them because they're a bit expensive. They're still a little expensive, but they'll be a nice snack for today. Some hot pepperoni for snacking at some point. I got this, I showed, and I'm not sure what to do with it. I might mix it in with my chia seeds and have it like with chia seed pudding because it's milled. It's going to be quite thick. So that's going to be interesting. I've grabbed some more instant coffee, which is my favourite one. A couple of tins of tomato paste because it's always handy to have something small like this. The deal of the week in Aldi was asparagus for 99p. Not a lot here, but they'll do me for tonight. I've got a twin pack of pate. I have got one in the freezer, but I thought while I was in Aldi, I'll just grab this because it was only £1.30, I think. So and there's 2 of them, so I can freeze one and keep one for the week. And a bit of the bargain of the day really was this Mexican cheese. It should have been £11 a kilo, and then because of this it was down to 5. So I think this would have been about £8 full price. So I'm going to probably halve this, or maybe into thirds, and freeze 2/3, I think, and keep the rest out for the week. And that is my supplementary haul for Sainsbury's and a little bit of Aldi. So down to my meal plan. There's a link below to this planner. It's the Life and Apples. It's pretty good. Not everything works for me, but it does its job. So the meal plan is a little bit funny looking, but I know what I'm doing. So the first thing I'm going to do is have that Greek yogurt, and I think I'm going to sprinkle some of this on it and see what that's like. It's got loads of like amazing stuff in it, like magnesium and things. It's very good for you, helps tiredness, fatigue, folic acid. Now I am folic acid deficient, so that's going to be good for me to put that in my Greek yogurt. I'm going to have some of that pate, and I'm about to make a batch of crackers. These have been an absolute lifestyle, life-changing, absolute winner for me, so I really love them, and they're not too complicated as well. I'll leave a link below to the recipe that I like to follow. I think it was a Diet Doctor, if I remember. I'm going to have a kill batter and just a boiled egg at lunchtime. I'm going to have some cheese, that Mexican cheese probably now, and just a portion of that broth. I've still got quite a bit of broth, which is good. And then my dinners, I've got 2 things I'm cooking. One is that jerk that I already started. It's not really like a jerk chicken because it's not sticky and all those things. It's just more of a hot chicken, which I'm going to have with wraps. This is a wrap recipe that I found. Another one for wholesome young. There's a lot of like warnings, don't do this, don't do that. So I think this is going to be one of them ones which is either going to go really well or really wrong. And use coconut flour for this recipe. So I've got some of that to use up. I don't really use it a lot, it just sits in my cupboard. So I'm going to use coconut flour for this one. Again, I'll leave a link below to this one and let you know how it goes. And I'm also going to make a Thai curry, a very easy, boring one with coconut milk. I've got this slow cooker thing. I'm not going to do it in the slow cooker. But I'm sure they don't care that much. I'm not going to do the sweet potato one. There's one here, just a pot, an onion, some chicken, coconut milk and pepper, so, and some coriander, which I have. So I'm just going to make my own thing, I think, with that. Just make a few portions of that with some veggies for the week. So that is that is just really it. So that is my cook list, which I've also got written up on my board as well. So I'm going to work through my list. Going to probably do the easier things first, which is the eggs and the crackers. I've pretty much almost finished this off. I'm just going to prep it and then go on to the curry as well. And I've got my cooking on. This is my dry ingredients for the crackers. I've got almond flour underneath there. I've got my chia seeds. I've got garlic powder, onion powder. I've got some mixed seeds to give it a little bit of texture, and garlic, salt and pepper. So I'm going to mix this up with 2 eggs, and I'm going to do 2 batches because this will give me, I think, about 70 crackers all in all, which will last me about 2 or 3 weeks at least. So I'm going to mix this up and throw it in the oven at number 4, and I will link the recipe below. Batch 1, going to throw in the oven. So I've divided it into 5x7 squares. So 5 squares gives you 1.5 carbs, so they're actually really good and they're really filling as well. So I'm going to throw these in for about 25 minutes. So I'm going to make a Thai curry now. Nothing that's going to rewrite the world, but I've got some yellow stickered turkey breast the other day. I've just had a little I pierced the packaging and it's passed the sniff test, so that's good to go. I'm just going to use one of these little I'm going to cheat. I'm going to use one of these aromatic curry pot things, these Thai pots, and coconut milk. I've also got some spare stock there. If I want to water it down, I probably will. I'm also going to throw in just some diced celery and peppers. He did suggest onions, but I want to keep the carbs a little low, and I've got celery to use and a very obscure looking pepper. I've got my fresh coriander, so I'll put some of that in there. As my side, I've got this yellow stickered cabbage and leek blend, and also some sprouts. I've just nuked them in the microwave, but I'm also going to just cook them up again with the butter all together, just to make them all nice and tasty. So I'm going to get on with making my curry and my side dish, and I'll show you what that looks like.
Open up, you OPN, bitch, you won't BBM.
So this is the recipe I'm going to follow for these wraps, and I'm a bit nervous. I've been putting it off because there's such a lot of in the notes. We'll do this, do that. Be careful of this, be careful of that. So I've got a feeling this is all going to go wrong. I've got all the ingredients apart from I've got the wrong gelatin. I thought, oh, I've got some gelatin in the cupboard, I don't need to buy any. And this is leaf gelatin, it's not powdered. So I'm kind of melting it and seeing if that will do the trick. It is optional anyway, so we'll see. So I'm going to follow this recipe and see if I can get 8 wraps out of it. If it does work, they're 1 net carb each. So I want to be optimistic that these are going to be a good staple for me, because you can freeze them apparently. So let's crack on and see how they go.
Open up, shut it down like Macintosh. Open up, open.
And there we go, we are done for another week. So let's start off. From here, the crackers, 2 batches. One was obviously on top, one was on the bottom. That's why it's slightly different colouring. But 5 of these is a portion, and that will be 1.5 carbs. And they're really nice. I put, you can put any seasonings you like, and you can make Italian one week, or you can make like with cumin and fajita seasoning one week. You can keep them plain. They're really, really good. So I'll be putting those in this air cut. I've got these containers from Amazon. There's a link below to those if you wanted to get them. They're really good. I recommend them because they're leak proof. So they're also good for things like making stock. So they're very good. And this is just the chicken, the pulled chicken that I did in my slow cooker. I kept all the juices in there to keep it nice and moist throughout the week. It is obviously very spicy. And yeah, it's pretty much spicy really. You could have gone a different way with the tomatoes and stuff. I'm going to cook my partner's dinner very soon. I'll be using tomatoes and veggies and stuff in there for his. This one's just a very plain one for me. I mean, that's thighs and some seasoning. There's probably, I'm going to be generous to say a carb proportion because of the seasoning. But for those, and these are my tortilla wraps that I made using that recipe. The early ones are a little bit thicker, the late ones are a bit thinner, which I think is better. But yeah, they fold. I would definitely put gelatin in them next time. I think it will help. And I got about 9 out of it, but the last one went a bit wrong, so I just scoffed it. And it was pretty good. One thing I wasn't keen on was the smell. I don't know if it was because I was using coconut oil to keep the pan oiled up, or if it was the flour, but I wasn't keen on the smell. But it wasn't hideous. It was just like, it wasn't particularly nice smell. But yeah, I'll be stirring these in the fridge and having that with that. And I also chopped up a bit of onion while I was waiting to cook them. So a bit of an onion. I'll be having there's a carb each in each of these. So portion, some of that. Be 2 carbs, and then obviously you're putting your extras in there. So I'll be putting jalapenos, I'll be putting onions in there, some sour cream, some cheese, the Mexican cheese that I bought today, that'd be really nice in there, and probably like a side of a bit of lettuce and a bit of cucumber. So very nice dinner indeed. And I think they're pretty good. So next time I make them, I'll probably double or triple batch them, and you can freeze them apparently. I just put a bit of tissue between them, or a bit of a parchment paper, whatever you've got going. Just did some eggs for my snacks of the week. And here's my Thai curry and my veggies now. I really debated making these either 3 or 4 portions. But one of the things I'm trying to do now is get my portions under control. And I think I'm doing a pretty good job, because when I was not looking at what I was doing, I was eating massive mountains of food, and I want to try and get my portions under control. But I think that's pretty good. So if you was to make 3 out of it, I think it worked out to be about 11 carbs, and I think this is about 7.5, so it's much better. But that's just cooked in butter. That's that Thai curry. You could have put a lot more meat in there. That's what I had available. And there you go. So that is my 4 dinners out of that at least. I've got another 4 there, so that's 8 dinners. I'll probably realistically freeze a couple of those meals. But yeah, I am really happy with all of that this week, and I'm looking forward to eating it. Well, that's all I've got for you this week. I am really warm because I've been in the kitchen. I've been about 2.5 hours for a week's worth of basically lunches, because I've got those crackers, and a week and a bit's worth of dinners for about 2 and a bit hours. So to me it's worth it because of my commute, gives me a very long day, so totally worth it for me. Anyway, I hope that's been helpful. If you haven't already, press that like, press that subscribe for me. Check out my Instagram as well, because I sort of do other things as well, and post bits and pieces and motivational stuff, and you know, love to connect with everyone. So I will see you guys in the next video for my weigh-in and my 4-day of eating, let you know how this stuff tastes. And I hope you have a fabulous week, and I will see you guys in the next one.